guard. Right. Face. Forward. March.
As our featured guest speaker, Chief Summers will discuss what the flag means to him. Chief Summers?
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. First, I want to say this is truly an honor for me to be here with you this morning. Just starting to think about some of the way my brains work. They say that your brain begins to operate at birth. But for some reason, when I start to public speak, it seems like my brain shut down. So please bear with me this morning. So my first thought on this topic of what the flag means to me was, well, why do countries have flags? Flags show that we belong to a community, a state, an organization, or a nation. The displaying of a flag as a nation reflects a shared sense of basic belief systems, basic values, and an agreement to abide by the same rules and regulations. Now, I'm sure all of us here are biased about this, but the American flag is perhaps the most recognizable symbol in the world. For over 225 years, Old Glory has represented freedom, hope, sacrifice, and strength. In time of war and in times of peace, our flag has given notice to foes and assurances to friends that democracy lives. I'm sure they'll touch on the history a little later, but I want to just raise the point that both President Wilson in 1916 and President Coolidge in 1927 issued proclamations asking for June 14th to be observed as National Flag Day. But it wasn't until August 3rd, 1949, some over 20 years later, that Congress approved the national observance and President Harry Truman signed it into law. June 14th was selected because it commemorates the adoption of the flag of the United States on June 14th, 1777 by the Second Continental Congress. The Continental Congress resolved that the flag of the United States be 13 stripes, alternating red and white, and that the Union be 13 stars with 13 white stars with blue field representing a new constellation. The colors of the flag were not chosen randomly. Red represents the color of strength and value. White, the color of purity and innocence. Blue, the color of perseverance, vigilance, and justice. There have been many versions of our flag, but the most recognized version is the one that was designed by Robert G. Heft, H-E-F-T. I don't know if you know the story, but Mr. Heft was assigned by his, he was in high school at the time, and he was assigned by his teacher to, the whole class was assigned to do a class project. Well, Mr. Heft decided that he would do a design of the flag. And what he did was he designed the flag that had 50 stars on it. Well, at the time, the country only had 48 states. So when he turned in his project, the teacher noted that he had 50 stars on it, and I believe it was because of the fact that he had 50 stars on it, he only received a B- as a grade. So when Alaska and Hawaii were granted statehood, Mr. Heft presented his design to President Eisenhower. And out of 1,500 designs, his was chosen. Not too bad for a B student. So, what does the flag mean to me? It's a source of pride. I pledge allegiance to the flag. That is a solemn statement, and one that I take very seriously. This is not an act of worship, as our pledge recognizes that we are one nation under God. Our flag stands for sacrifice and strength. The Star-Spangled Banner, which was a poem written by Francis Scott Key and set to music by his brother-in-law, speaks to the courage and perseverance. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave? The American flag epitomizes freedom, opportunity, and hope. There are singular moments in my life where the flag has moved me greatly. As I'm sure there's moments in your life where you can recall how the flag gave you a sense of pride, a sense of strength, a sense of wanting to, pride of being a part of this great country. For me, on July 21st, 1969, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin planted the flag on the moon. Neil Armstrong was the first person to step onto the moon's surface, and he said that's one small step for a man and a giant leap for mankind. This all occurred just after 8 years of President Kennedy challenging America to put a man on the moon. In total, there are 6 American flags that have been planted on the moon, one for each Apollo mission. And then the most recent and most vivid sign that comes to my mind when I think of a flag is I clearly recall the image of the battered flag being hoisted by firefighters over the rubble of the World Trade Center. This was a representation of a great determination to overcome the day and the situation. What perseverance. No other symbol has captured the power and the glory of the United States of America. In closing, it's up to all of us to persevere to ensure true justice, freedom, opportunity, and hope, which our flag symbolizes, is realized. I'm proud to be an American. And in the words of Lee Greenwald, if tomorrow all things were gone I worked for in my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, because the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. Yes, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, because there ain't no doubt that I love this land. God bless the USA. Thank you.